Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This week I hit up Sephora in Trafford Centre. I was going to go when it first opened, but it was too much, it was too overwhelming. I could not have queued. Still had to queue for a couple of minutes, but I thought I would share with you what I bought very quickly and do like an 80s simple grunge 80s look, because I have got an 80s party today. So I only bought a small bag of items, but I spent a fortune. I did spend a lot of money. So I got a little bit of skincare. I got a sheet mask, a Sophora sheet mask, quenching and plumping effect, so pamper night with that. I got a Sophora moisturising and hydrating lip balm, and I'm going to put a bit of this on now. I'm going to try and use as many products that I bought as possible for this face. I haven't bought a full face, but I'm just going to try and use as much as possible. Oh, that smells so nice. It's not like an overwhelming scent. And who doesn't love a good lip balm? Got to keep your lips moisturised. Moisturised. So I bought that. I got the one size Until Dawn matting waterproof setting spray. I did want the Wicked one, but that was sold out. So I got this one, and I think this was 30 quid, so I think it's the most I've ever spent on a setting spray, apart from the Urban Decay All Nighter. So I'm hoping good things from this, because everyone's telling me it's amazing. I picked up a Rem Beauty blush in Skinny Dip, so that's very, very pink. I'll open them and show you what they're like when I'm putting them on my face. I picked up another one size item. It's Ultimate Setting Powder, and then translucent. So this was around the tills. It's like a little sampler one, which I love the little sampler things, because obviously if you don't like it, then you've not spent a load of money. I also got a Sephora colour luminizer, so it's basically a highlighter, and that was only £12, and I thought the packaging was quite sleek. It's very reminded me of quite a lot of Glam recently. I think that was only 12 quid. I got a Sephora mascara, because I need a new mascara, and this is a fully loading mascara, and I got that in full black. And my last two items, I got the House Labs, first House Labs item as well. It is a concealer, because I really wanted to try that, and the Makeup by Mario foundation, and this is the Complexion Masterpiece foundation. Yeah, so I'm going to do like a simple eye look and then like go heavy on the skin, because I feel like what I'm wearing, obviously I'm not wearing my pyjamas, is like a yuppie silvery jacket. So I haven't got an eyeshadow palette. I have done my skincare. I'm just waiting for my skincare to soak in while I quickly told you what I bought, and we're just going to get into this look now. Okay, so brows are done. I used my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in 4. I also used my NYX the brow glue, and my Got To Be brow setter. I don't know if it's for brows or hairline setter. And then I used my P. Louise base in 02 to put the base on the lids, and I've put some tape on because I really want like a really bold wing liner, and I really think that's quite ambitious of me, because I'm really crap at doing it on myself. But this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm going for. So I've got my Pretty Grunge by Huda Beauty palette. I love this palette. I've only used it a couple of times. I've used it on myself a couple of times. I've used it on my niece for her 18th birthday party, and it is gorgeous. Look at that. So what I'm thinking is, if I just use kind of this one here on as like a transition, like all over the lid type thing, and then I might just deepen up the outer portion with either Brave or Beauty Chaos just slightly, and then put a bit of like shimmer on the lids, just like really set it off. So I want a fluffy brush, because I'm going to start my transition. I'm going to go in with the first colour, the Love Anarchy, and I'm just going to make sure there's no creases on my lids, and just bring that up and round. Oh, that is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. Bring that up into the outer portion of the eye. I've obviously put tape on to get more accuracy on the wing. There's not a lot of fallout with this palette, which there shouldn't be for the amount of money it costs. No, I actually like that as a transition. And then I'm going to take a smaller, fluffier brush. I'm going to take Brave at first, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to take Fearless. So let's go in with Brave and just pat that on the outer portion, because I don't want it to go too dark, but I just want to deepen the eye up slightly. Nope, that works. And just bring that right into the crease. And just slightly above it as well, because I have got slightly hooded eyes. This is pretty much the eyeshadow done. I'm just going to go back in with the transition brush that I used and just blend the two of them together. And I've dug out my Chroma Flakes Eternal, or I think I'm going to use Rebel. I don't know yet. So that is Rebel. And this is my Chroma Flakes. I'm thinking more of the Chroma Flake. I mean, they're pretty similar. So this is Huda Beauty and this is the Chroma Flakes. I'm thinking the Chroma Flakes, like a bit of glitter glue, batched all over the lid, and then like a really, really go into town wing liner. It's going to look amazing. So that's, yeah, I only use a couple of colours out of that Huda Beauty palette, but if you want a full look on that, using just that palette, then let me know in the comments down below, and I will do that, because I'll probably have a play and do that at some point anyway. So got a NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Take like a flat brush and almost kind of cut crease it with the glitter glue. So I'm just going to lightly put that on the lid. I've got it in my eyelashes, and then kind of pat it up to the crease. And then I'm going to take the same brush that's got the glitter glue on it and pick up some of this product, tap off any excess because I don't want it to be too much, and I'm just going to use another flat brush, slightly fluffier, pick up some of that product and then just kind of pat it on the lid. I feel like using my finger might be better actually. Yes. And just pat that all over the lid. Okay, and I'm going to take my Ella Mascot pen liner, and I'm just going to very lightly kind of go from my eyelash and go upwards. I mean, I start looking down, but then I do look straight ahead because obviously I'm not going to walk around like that all night. Eye Studio a Lasting Drama eyeliner. This is a pop one. This eye started to water. And I'm just going to really use that to like deepen and tidy this up. So I use this to kind of stamp and like really go to town. And what I'm going to do is, because that takes me a while, I'm going to take the tape off and see how bold that is. Now, do I want to go higher? Does anyone think I should go higher? I don't know. I think that might be enough, you know. So I'm going to use my mascara, my full loading mascara. Not keen on the spoolie, it's a bit chunky. Okay, so this is meant to be full loading, so it's meant to be volume, length and curl. I think it's giving me a length. Don't think I'm getting any volume, but I'm going to put false lashes on as well, so. Yeah, it's not thickening the lashes any. No, not thickening, but it's not a nice lengthening mascara, but there's no thickness there at all. That's a lie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to do my lashes, do the liner on this other eye, and then, oh, I've got an eyelash pointing down there, I'm not going to have to do lashes without pointing down, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so that's lashes and the other liner done. I do need to tidy it up a little bit with the concealer, but I'm going to do my under eye, and I'm thinking like a little bit smoky, just to kind of really set the liner off. But I don't want to go too smoky. I mean, there's Renegade and Grunge in this palette here. There's two blacks. One of them's like a liquid black, which I don't think I'm going to go for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flat angled brush and I'm going to go in with Renegade, which is the powder black, and just run that right along my lashes. And I'm going to take this, my Kit Co brush, and just kind of like take Brave and brush that in. Like blend it. Really smoke it out. Love it. I love it. I love the way the focus is like around the eyes and the lid's not, It's Glam without that loads of colour and stuff all over the lid. I'm loving it. I'm not sure it's 80s, but I'm wearing like it's called a yuppie jacket, so we're just flowing with this. I'm just, you know, we're just gonna go with it. Yeah, that's that done. So skin. We're moving on to skin. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to use this Makeup by Mario foundation and the concealer, the House Labs concealer. So let's get all of this out. Let's get it all out. Back out the bag. Put a little bit more lip balm on. It's so nice. It's really nice that. That's gonna be in my handbag and not coming out. I think the packaging is recyclable as well because it is all cardboard. The only plastic bit on it is this bit here, which is nice. I can't get it all out because I've got crap everywhere. So this is the House Labs concealer. So this is Lady Gaga's brand. I think this was like 20. I've got my receipt actually. Also the mascara was actually $11.99. This was 27 quid. So I'm hoping it's bloody nice. Because for 27 quid I'm not hoping I like it. Although these days you can only buy 2 drugstore concealers for that, so. I bought the shade as well. 03 Fair Rosa. So it's got like a pinky undertone to it. It's quite a thick consistency. I've gone quite light with it as well. I didn't realise it was quite light. I mean, I did realise because I was there in the shop, but obviously, you know, you have a moment. It's quite tight getting it out of the bottle. Like, there's a little one right there. So it's not a doe foot, but it's nice. It's flat, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna do forehead, down the nose, round the nose because I have thread veins there. I'm going to do a little bit here and here as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this small brush, put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to tidy up my concealer. Eyeliner even. I don't know why, like, I'm not even breathing. And I'm going to pull that down like that. So that when I blend it, it'll all kind of blend together, or it should do. Let's bounce this in. So I'm going to use a beauty sponge. I'm just going to tap all that in. You see the top of my mirror. Bloody hell. Oh, the primer that I used was the Glam. This is the the Birthday Skin Primer, Pigment Perfection. And I absolutely love this. That is on the actual face. I've obviously not blended under my eyes yet, but that is gorge. Let's see what it's like on the forehead. That is gorge. Right, under the eyes, under the eyes. Love it. I feel like this is a bit of a Lady Gaga look. Okay, I'm loving that. Loving that. Just gonna make sure that that's fully blended there. And I think I'm just going to underpaint a little bit of liquid bronzer, just so I can look even weirder. I'm going to take my Pink Honey Bronzing Face Frosting in BFF. This is quite a light colour. Really use that to kind of bronze my face right up. And I'm going to bounce that in with a beauty sponge, I think. Look even weirder now. We're just going with it. Trusting the process and hoping for the best, as I'm sure we all do. I'm excited to use this foundation as well. The foundation was 42 quid, which again is like really pricey. But I heard such good things. Okay, so I picked up the shade in this 3W, which I don't know whether it's going to be a bit pale for me because I did fake tan last night, so I don't know whether this is a good decision. Yeah, I mean, I can bronze it up, so we're just going to go with it. So it's meant to be quite full coverage, so it's quite a liquidy consistency, and I'm just going to pick some up on a beauty sponge and tap that in. I feel like a little bit goes a long way. Oh, it's not a bad match. I did have a feeling that it might be a little bit pale because I bought it for, I don't tan that often, so I kind of bought it to match me, but then I fake tan last night like a tool. Make sure the concealer is blended into the foundation nicely. Oh my god, I fucking love it. That foundation is just a new favourite. I mean, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself because you've got to put other stuff on top of it. That bronzer looks really nice underneath it. Got a spot there. I'm just going to see if I can cover that up with a little bit of this foundation. I don't know why. It's just come up today. It could sense that I was going out. That's what it was. So I'm just going to put one more pump on. I'm just going to see how it builds, because I do feel like 80s makeup was quite heavy. It has oxidised slightly. As you can see, that's what it was, and that's what it's pumped out at. That's what I've just took it out at. See, that's kind of covered that, hasn't it? I think it definitely has oxidised slightly, but I do love it. I love it. Look, I've already managed to get crap all over the lid. This is an 80s, 90s party, but part of the reason I did go for the 80s as well is because the 80s brows were like really fluffy, and I ain't not doing a 90s brow. Not a chance. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a liquid blush and just see how that goes on top of it. So I'm going to use this Rare Beauty blush, and this is the shade Hope. I'm just going to go right to town with this because the 80s were all about the blush, if I remember rightly. And I'm just going to bounce that in. Oh, that looks so nice on top of that. This is such a subtle blush as well, but I'm going to like go to town with other blush on top. I cannot describe how much this foundation looks so nice. So nice. This is the most excited I've been about a piece of makeup for ages. This is my first Makeup by Mario item. But I've bought makeup. I did feel quite disillusioned with makeup, but this is the most excited I've ever felt about an item of makeup for so long. I'm going to do more blush. I'm going to bring that up through the temple because I feel like that's very 80s. But then I'm going to bronze a little bit because I feel like that is just me. But yeah, I feel like that's quite 80s. And I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. What am I going to use? I'm going to use this brush right here and get that bronzer and just kind of, just before I start setting the face, and then I think I should have made my nose look a bit different. I mean, I do kind of contour with bronzer. You can do what you like really. A contour's more of an ashy tone, but just do what you like. Bounce that in. I'm just going to see how the powder products go on top of this foundation, but I absolutely am in love. I'm in love with it. My skin looks so nice. I hope the powder products go really nice on top of it. I like the concealer. The concealer's nice. I would buy it again. I would recommend it. However, this foundation is a absolute fucking dream. And I'm older than dirt, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, so what have I used from Sephora? I've used the Sephora mascara, I've used the foundation, which I keep talking about, I've used the concealer, and I've used the lip balm. So I've got this Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch setting powder in pink, what have I got in this in? Cherry Blossom. This is also from Sephora, but not the Sephora trip I just did. Sephora in Venice, because every town I go to and there's a Sephora, I hit it up. And I'm just going to make sure that all of that concealer is blended. And then I'm going to set the under eye. Just lightly tap. Bring it down the nose a little bit. I know it's pink, but it's 80s, so. And then what I generally tend to do is get like this cheap fluffy brush that I've got. I mean, I say this is a cheap fluffy brush. I've had this about 10 years and it's like a cheap Amazon brush. Just brush off any excess product. Especially with being a little bit older, I don't want to look creasy if there's too much under there. I'm going to take this black eyeliner that I've got as well and just do my waterline. This is a Makeup Revolution. I would recommend tightlining the top liner, top lashes as well. However, every time I do that, my eyes water like no one's business, and I don't want that right now, especially with this look. So the One Size Translucent Ultimate Setting Powder. Let's get this out of the box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit in the lid. The good thing about this as well is that you can take this out with you. I mean, it's meant to be translucent, but it's a little bit yellowy. You can see that. It's not as fine as I was hoping for, but I'm going to take a little bit on a Trigwell puff, tap off the excess. and very lightly. That's nice. That's nice now, but is it the foundation that I've absolutely fell in love with? Makeup by Mario, you're an absolute legend. Or is it the powder that's nice? I mean, they obviously weren't well together, but I will try the powder with different foundations as well. Because what works with one might not necessarily work with another. Not everything works well together. It is very mattifying, but I feel like the 80s was a very matte decade. It was bright colours, matte look. From what I remember of it, I was a child. I was born in 1980. Yes, I'm old. I know I'm old. 1980. So bronzer, I have my Tom Ford bronzer. So this is quite a high-end look, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bottom lash mascara on first, actually, before I do the setting spray. Okay, so that gives me time to get rid of anything that's gone on my eye as well, so it can dry. I can get it off before we do the rest. So Tom Ford bronzer. I'm going to take this fluffy brush, but it's a smaller fluffy brush because I don't want to go too to town on it to distract from the blusher. I'm just going to pat that, kind of just to really define my cheeky bones because they need a little bit of help these days. And just up through the forehead. And then just chisel that jawline as well. Just really chisel it out because, you know, old people born in 1980 have jowls. We do. Okay, we may come back to that later, but I'm going to use my Rem Beauty blusher. And again, this is my first Rem Beauty item. I know you could get this in Selfridges, but I've never really gravitated towards it. The packaging seems a little bit cheapy to me, considering this was, I'll tell you how much it was. I don't think it was like massively expensive, but it was expensive enough. I think it was in the £20 mark. Yeah, it was £20. So, you know, by no means high street prices, but the colour did speak to me and it feels creamy as, but I just do feel like the packaging's just a bit cheapy looking to me. But I do like the kind of design of it. I could just be being fussy. So I'm going to use a big fluffy brush because we're going to go to town with this blusher. This is a Real Techniques blusher brush. It's quite powdery, and I'm just going to lightly build that up. Where's the product? I mean, I'm using a light hand, but I'm going to town on there. There it is. It's there now. And I'm going to go right up, because I feel like that is so 80s. That is so 80s. Got to build it up a little bit. I think if you wanted a subtle look though, this would work as well. Okay, so the Sephora highlighter, I got this in the shade Sparkling Honey, and it's quite a gold colour. It says shade 02 on the little sticky things as well. I feel like I keep going like this. Oh yeah, I do apologise. And that is it right there. And again, this felt really soft and creamy. So let's highlight. Take my P. Louise brush and we're just gonna, oh yeah, a little bit through the brow bone. Now that is definitely buildable. It's not too much. It's not going to set my world on fire. Would I buy another one if I went in and there was a colour that I liked, but it's not something that I would like really be like, wow, it's amazing. It's alright. It was 13 quid and it's okay. It's not as good as the foundation, put it that way. Okay, and I'm just going to grab a small brush and put some of that highlighter in my inner corner, because I feel like it's really going to set the eyes off. And setting spray, my most expensive setting spray. And this is waterproof as well. I didn't know that. Give that a little shake. So it's like a hairspray almost. And okay, I like the fact that you're not constantly. However, I did breathe in when I was spraying it and got a gobful of it. But it wasn't the worst thing that's ever happened to me, so. It does feel like nothing on my skin as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get dressed, do my bun, and then I'm going to come back and do my lips. Okay, so this is the jacket. I've got like a bodysuit on underneath it, and I've got some really big chunky patent boots to go with it, like sky high boots. So I'm just going to use this, what is it? Urban Decay 24/7 slide on glide on lip liner. Oh god, it's like slid too much. And I'm going to use my Maybelline ink crayon, and I don't know what shade this is, Laugh Louder. Now this is more like an orangey red, but it really does go with my skin tone, so gorgeous. I just love it. So this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. I've got my shoulder pads, I've got my top knot, I've got my red lip, I've got my smoky eye. I'm loving life, and if you do like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video, guys.